in March, you need a player to go to that can get you a bucket. And NC State has that in DJ Burns. They go 5-punch throughout the game against Virginia, and that is a big reason they came back and won this game in overtime, because he can score in the low post, especially on that right block. And he's very good at up-down dribbles to change the angle and then get back to his left hand. In overtime, DJ Burns carried NC State. They're getting him the ball on that right block, and they're just clearing out. Virginia does not double, which allows him to get to his spot like he does right there, to get to his left hand to finish. This is a big possession for NC State, down 1 with 2 minutes left. They're going to get the ball to DJ Burns on that right block. Virginia's not going to double. They didn't double him. There's a low defender right here and 3 defenders in the paint, but they're not going to send a double. Now Burns has been getting to the middle right here to his left hand. This is the counter right here when he will spin off, takes that extra dribble on that quick spin right there. He can gather. He's getting back to his left to finish, but it's and one, and that ends up taking the lead, and NC State wins this game. Here's a great action from James Madison in their championship game against Arkansas State, which JMU did win by 20, so they will advance to the NCAA tournament. And they're a team that can win a couple games and get to the second weekend. They're that good. So let's break down this action right here. So it's going to be an Iverson curl over top. So what that means is an Iverson cut is where you cut right over the player at the elbow and the opposite elbow right here. So that's a regular Iverson action out to the wing. So an Iverson curl is where you cut above both players, and then you immediately curl to the front of the rim right here with a back screen at that opposite elbow. So there's the back screen right there. They're going to enter the ball to the elbow right there. So the first option right here is that Iverson curl for a lob, and you see teams get this a lot. And both defenders go with the curl to take away that lob. So then it's an easy pop back right there to a wide open 3 to a really good shooter. So it's a great set play to get a shooter a wide open shot. This is one of the most unique actions you're going to see this season in college basketball by Oakland, who won this semifinal game in the Horizon League. So it is called a sit action, and you see it a lot more in the NBA compared to college. So a sit action is very similar to a zoom action. So it's going to start with an elbow entry right here. Now I want you to watch number 12. So a zoom action 12 would turn and set a down screen right here for number 3 to come off that down screen, and then he would receive a DHO. So that's zoom action. Instead, watch what 12 does right there. He sits and almost seals number 3's defender right here. So his defender right here doesn't even realize what is going on because he sits into the defender right here. And because of that, 3 can run off that screening action, even though it's not really a legal down screen. It's still a screening action. So he can fly off of this. He receives the DHO right here, and you can see the separation from his original defender. And the screener's defender right here from that DHO is pulled back right there in drop coverage, which allows number 3 to turn into this jumper right there. Charleston ran 2 great BOBs in their championship game against Stony Brook, which they won in overtime. The first one was a BOB that started with a lift entry and then it flowed into a zoom action. But there's a couple key components of this set. So it's going to start with that lift entry right here. Now you can see number 1 right here is going to set the down screen to flow right into this zoom action from the inbounder right here. Now watch the player at the right block right here. He's going to clear through to the left corner right here, which allows the player receiving this DHO to have a huge gap in the paint to get downhill to score. Now this next BOB is going to be a swing action. So you can see the ball is going to flow to the second side right here, and they're going to create another double gap. But on the strong side, on the right side right here, is going to be an exit screen for a shooter. So watch the gap that is created right here because of the swing. So right here, they inbound the ball. They're going to swing it. Now the player that passes it right here is going to cut through, which opens up a double gap right here at the CAA, at the logo right here. Then on the strong side in the right corner, you can see an exit screen or a down screen right there for a shooter. South Dakota State won the Summit League against Denver and will be a trendy pick to win a game in the NCAA tournament. They have good players and they run great offense. This is one of the sets they ran in their championship game against Denver. So in the NBA, you see hawk action a lot, which is where you throw the ball to the wing and then you come off a UCLA screen right here. This offense player then would come off a stagger down action on this side right here with an empty side pick and roll. Now, what South Dakota State does a little different than what you see in the NBA is once the player right here, the point guard, enters the ball to the wing, he's going to go set the stagger away action right here on the right side of the court. And they're setting this action right here to occupy the weak side defense and the low defender. Now, on the left side here, you're going to have an empty side ball screen. And number 30 right here is going to take the dribble off. He sees 2 on the ball right here. So that means the screener right here is going to be open on the roll because you can see the weak side defenders right there are occupied by the screening action opposite right there. Montana State made a run in their conference tournament in the Big Sky to win the tournament and will now advance to the NCAA tournament. And one of the sets they ran in the championship game against Montana was a delay or 5 out. So they enter the ball right there to the top of the key. Now you see this more in the NBA. This is a Mike D'Antoni special right here. So the offensive player is going to come from the left break. He's going to turn to set a screen right here. So it is a turn screen that flows into a zoom action. So watch this again. The Houston Rockets used to run this a lot for James Harden. So it's that turn screen, and now we have that zoom action right here with the down screen into the dribble handoff. The roller right here is going to go to the rim. Now the player that set that down screen is going to be the shake up. You can see the ball handler is going to turn the corner. He recognizes the roller is behind the drop defender, so he can throw that lob right there for a dunk. Now the read in this is understanding that when the roller gets behind the drop coverage right here, especially with no tag, that means you throw the lob every single time, and it's a great pass and finish. Will Wade in one season turned around McNeese State. They finished this season with 1 loss in the Southland Conference. They won the conference tournament and the regular season. They are a team that can get to the second weekend of the NCAA tournament. They play excellent defense and they're very good offensively. Here's a set they ran in the championship game. So it's going to start with that 5 out series right here or delay, getting the ball to the top of the key right there to their 5-man. Now right here, you're going to see an elbow down screen. So a split action reject right here. Now they're going to swing the ball to the second side right here. Now watch number 2 right here. He's going to go under the rim. Now, he's going to have the option to go off either side, but they would prefer him to come off to the right side. Now, there's going to be a away screen right here. They're going to go under the screening action right here to catch the ball at the top of the key. Now, after he catches it, you can see the offensive player right here is going to fly off that right side. Now, his defender is going to shoot the gap right there, which is an automatic flare back for an open 3. Colgate is going back to the NCAA tournament for the 4th straight season out of the Patriot League. They have become a dynasty in the Patriot League, and they run some of the best offense in college basketball. Now, when you study Colgate's offense, a lot of it is read and react. Less ATOs and set plays and more read and react offense. So right here, watch how this set starts. Pushing right here in transition. They're going to empty out this side right here, and you can see all 3 offensive players right here are telling this offensive player to clear out of the right corner right here. Now they're going to run a double drag action, but it's going to flow into a shallow action. Number 4 right here, Ryan Moffitt, a great player, an all-conference player in the Patriot League, is going to shallow cut under right here and fill to the right wing. Now they're going to play on that second side. So they're going to enter the ball right here to number 55 who set that screen. Now they're playing an empty DHO right here on the right side of the court. Now he's going to keep it right here and Barkley into the low post. You can see this is all read and react. They're just playing great offense right here. A great read on this drop step to step through to finish.